you are going to fail. We will disappoint you and you will disappoint yourself.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we're making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
Well, first of all, I'm just mind blown to be able to speak to Biafrans directly, and I can't wait to meet you directly. You know, face to face, to touch, to hug, to shake your hand for being brave. But you know, I have to say that my motivation simply comes from the fact that the world doesn't talk about it, but almost every day, people are murdered in Biafra. You know, whether in the hands of Boko Haram or radical Fulanis and more. How can I be silent? Tell me, how can I be silent when I know that every day human beings are being murdered in Biafra? This is unthinkable, you know, and it's for me, it's simple because I treat the Igbos like my brothers, sisters, mothers, and fathers. So I cannot be silent when my family is hurt. You know, in the same way, I cannot be silent when Biafra is bleeding. That's very simple for me. You know, so I have to say that yes, we are family. And yes, when Biafra is suffering, I will speak up. I see that no one is doing that. I see that, you know, when lives are lost in Africa, no one is talking about it. How come? This is shameful. Well, first of all, I'm just mind blown to be able to speak to Biafrans directly, and I can't wait to meet you directly. You know, face to face, to touch, to hug, to shake your hand for being brave. But you know, I have to say that my motivation simply comes from the fact that the world doesn't talk about it, but almost every day, people are murdered in Biafra. You know, whether in the hands of Boko Haram or radical Fulanis and more. How can I be silent? Tell me, how can I be silent when I know that every day human beings are being murdered in Biafra? This is unthinkable, you know, and it's for me it's simple because I treat the Igbos like my brothers, sisters, mothers, and fathers. So I cannot be silent when my family is hurt. You know, in the same way, I cannot be silent when Biafra is bleeding. That's very simple for me. So I have to say that yes, we are family. And yes, when Biafra is suffering, I will speak up. I see that no one is doing that. I see that, you know, when lives are lost in Africa, no one is talking about it. How come? This is shameful.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the program today. You are watching live and direct on Enter Biafra Channel 2. Voice of Biafra, VOB 97.5 FM in Biafra land. And on different platforms of the IPOB autopiloted media warriors across the globe. This evening, we are going to respond and address Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, the insult, the comment he made about Biafra, that Biafra is dead and buried. This evening, for those who are close to Obasanjo, I want you to make this video available to him. Maybe, just maybe, his unrepentant spirit will be delivered. I also wish to inform the Biafra people that today I have just been briefed about the health condition and the situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon. And to this note, we'll continue to demand the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And at the same time, we continue to demand the terrorist state of Nigeria to not allow anything to happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We know why we have been calm for a while. The continuation of this injustice against him, the continual detention, illegally detaining him in solitary confinement without access to medics, without access to adequate healthcare system, will no longer be tolerated. We understand that sometimes they believe that we just make noise on social media. We make noise on social media, and this noise making is part of the Biafra liberation. So this evening, we are keeping the DSS on notice that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the next visit, we didn't see any change in his health situation, we are going to pick it up, especially against every DSS person in Biafra land. Also, those who are supposed to be speaking up against the injustice being meted on Biafra people, of which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the top in the list. And all they do is to come to our land and insult us. Insult us right in front of our face that Biafra is dead.
This evening, I want to send this particular message directly to Obasanjo that Biafra is alive, more alive than Nigeria. And that's exactly what we're going to do this evening. So welcome to this broadcast today as you sit back and listen to the voice from the blue, deep blue sea. I remain Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoko, the Biafra Republic Government in Exile Prime Minister. And this evening, the awareness for the Biafra liberation continues. While we are making preparation for offensive against the enemies in self-defense, we will continue to engage the outside world diplomatically. Today we have communicated to the United Nations General Assembly. Next, we will be communicating to other powerful nations in the world. We will also put on notice to the European Union. We will be putting America on notice. Why we are going to be taking this step is so nobody will say we did not contact them. I want to assure Biafran's people today, we are not relying on what we are doing today. We are not relying on all this putting them on notice. We are not relying on what we are writing to the United Nations. We are not relying on the communication to the United Nations because we know they may never respond or even react. But the phase and the level of this particular liberation for Biafra freedom has entered a different stage that has never been in the history of Biafra. The stage we are now, we have never attained this level. The momentum that this Biafra agitation or liberation have gathered has never been attained in the history of the Biafra. And for that reason, we need to revisit those doors that we knocked on during the time that we were agitating. Now we are in liberation, and the liberation phase has entered a new level. So there is a need for the Biafra government in exile to reactivate the diplomatic step and the process to remind those that have something to offer in different stage and in different level, so that by the time the Biafra people will take it head on with the enemies and occupiers and oppressors, those that are receiving our comment and communication will understand where this engagement will be coming from. So for those of you who will be telling us that, oh, IPOB has been writing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been writing, there is a difference between agitation and liberation. We have gone past the level of agitation. We are now in the liberation phase of Biafra. And if out of envy, jealousy, greed, and ignorance, you find yourself outside the circle of the fighters that are making this movement to make this history today, have yourself to blame. I want you to understand that if you are still part of us now, you are very lucky. But I know that many people will continue to fall outside, and they will continue to fall out of the track while the train will continue to move until we get to the destination. So those of you who find yourself among us today, you are privileged. Protect that privilege jealously. Guide that privilege that has been given to you to serve Biafra people jealously. Because we are not going to condone any lackadaisical attitude from anybody. The foundation to Biafra is being laid in a very solid rock. And we have to live by example. We have to show example to those that we are fighting for. We have to not just show example, but live exemplary life. In our work, in our jobs, in the position that we are elected into, until Biafra is restored. So this evening, let us start by playing the video of Obasanjo comment on Biafra is dead. And then we are going to respond to him and school him a bit this evening.
The Nigeria Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Tuesday summoned the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, Lena Filbaninian, over Simon Ekpa's latest remarks to obstruct the 2023 general election in southeast Nigeria. The ministry, who spoke through its representative, Zubairu Dada, called on the Finnish ambassador to stop Ekpa from inciting violence in Nigeria from Finland with regards to the upcoming general elections. In the statement, which read in part, Dada said, "We have had some time to ensure that we arrest the situation, but it appears the situation is getting out of hand, and we are saying enough is enough. We should let you know, in very strong terms, that it is high time you really back Nigeria with the quest that something is done immediately because it threatens the forthcoming elections." Zubairu Dada further stated that the threat that Simon Ekpa posed toward the upcoming election is very high due to the large number of supporters he commands in Nigeria. This, in essence, is why we thought it was important for us to have the discussion with you so as to let you know our concerns and the displeasure of the governments of Nigeria and the people of Nigeria on this very unhealthy development. While alluding to the fears and concern raised by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria against activities of Simon Ekpa, the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria said, "This is an issue we have been discussing. We share the concerns, we have discussed the matter, and as I mentioned, our law enforcement agencies are in touch and are cooperating. Also, is a double citizen as far as I know of Nigeria and Finland, and is therefore, as you rightly said, protected and safe and sound in his home in Finland. But we have to take his rights into consideration as well. So everything has to obviously be done according to Finnish legislation, which has very strong protections for freedom of speech."
You're welcome to the program, and here we go. If you are watching through the Twitter handle, we urge you to join us on Enter Biafra by clicking on the link to the broadcast we shared earlier today. Just go there, click on it, and it will bring you to the Enter Biafra channel 2. And so join us from there. We are going to cut you off if you're watching from Twitter. And remember that this is going to be what we do all the time, except on a specific broadcast. We are going to allow you to watch it on Twitter. But for now, when we have a program like this, all have to be on Enter Biafra, where you have opportunity to call either by video or by telephone. So if you are watching from Twitter, please switch over to Enter Biafra channel 2. Thank you very much. And here we go.
And I like what Chief Nwayamu said. I believe on the 13th of January 1970, Biafra died and was buried. Actually, in the house of my friend here, Chief Simon Okeke in Amechi. Is that correct? But when you have the type of thing that was said to me, and the type of thing that you know is going on, what I call, as I have just called it, what do we do with it? I believe we have to go back to the scripture. which says we must conquer evil with good. And whoever you are, wherever people are being afraid of you, you must make yourself friendly to those who are afraid of you.
Is that does that make sense to anyone? That does not make sense to me. When people are afraid of you, you must make yourself available to those who are afraid of you. It doesn't make sense. But I want to inform Obasanjo this evening. I want to inform Obasanjo this evening that it is Nigeria that is dead and buried. And you need to understand that. But if you do not understand that Nigeria is dead and buried by now, he's going to understand it before the May 29th, 2023. I want to remind Obasanjo, before Biafra War, before 1967, there were no butchering of people in Benue State. I want to inform Obasanjo that before 1967, there were no IDP camp in Benue State. I want to inform Obasanjo that before 1967 Biafra genocide, there were no Boko Haram visibly in any part of Nigeria. I want to inform Obasanjo that before the 1967 Biafra genocidal war, Yorubas were not being slaughtered by Fulani terrorists. I want to inform Obasanjo that in all these things and many more that I have not mentioned, what led to Biafra war was the killing of Ndi Igbo and people from the old Eastern region in Nigeria. Killing of Ndi Igbo, the pogrom against Ndi Igbo, just Ndi Igbo. Then, the other ethnic group has not joined in, the victims. Before Ojukwu decided to come to rescue Biafra people, the Benue were not being butchered. The Hausa people were not being butchered. Other Christian indigenous people in Nigeria were not being butchered. Yorubas were not being butchered. It was only the Igbo people that was the target. Today, after the Biafra war, the reason Ojukwu went to war to defend Ndi Igbo has multiplied, and the situation is in the worst stage. What led Ndi Igbo to begin to declare independent state of Biafra is now happening to the people of the Middle Belt. What led Ojukwu to decide to stand his ground and say that it is time we pull out of Nigeria is not happening to people in Yoruba land. What led to the Biafra genocidal war is now happening to other indigenous people in Nigeria. It is their turn. In addition to that, the killing of Ndi Igbo have increased from the killing of 1945, from the killing prior to the independence, from the killing that led to the declaration of Biafra. How then a man who was part of the war fighting on the side of Yoruba people and Nigeria will come today in our land to insult our sensibility, insult our elders, insult millions of Biafrans that died without knowing anything about the war, insult the dead, insult those children, 3 million of them, who were killed out of starvation in the name that Biafra is dead. If what led to Biafra war is now happening to other indigenous people, what gave the Obasanjo the impetus, the moral justification to come to our land and insult us by saying that Biafra is dead? So I want to put it to him today that it is Nigeria that is dead, not Biafra. And he is going to be alive to watch how Biafra will bury Nigeria this year. I am telling you, we will open the ground and put Nigeria inside. You know what I mean? Nigeria will be buried this year. And Obasanjo will witness it. Obasanjo has become a national disgrace. He has become a national failure. The blood of the Biafra running after him. And he is going to be disgraced, before he will join his ancestors. Mark my word. Obasanjo will come to Biafra land to say that Biafra is dead and buried, while in his own southwest, Fulani are butchering his people. Obasanjo, in the midst of the killing of Ndi-Igbo, burning their businesses in Lagos, he came to our land to tell you and remind you that Biafra is dead. If Biafra is dead, why are you burning the Igbo businesses in Lagos? Have Obasanjo uttered a word, either in condemnation or condemning the attack against Ndi-Igbo in Lagos? The answer is no, which means he is in support of it, which means Obasanjo is still fighting Biafra war, even after having served Nigeria as a president. He is still fighting Biafra war. If he is not fighting Biafra war, has Obasanjo, as he claimed to be statesman, taking any decisive step to caution those who were attacking Ndi-Igbo and burning their markets in Lagos? At least, is his people. Only for Obasanjo to carry his dead body to Biafra land to insult us, and of course, those people that will always come to write against Simon Ekpa will be there clapping for him. Very shameless elders. Tell Obasanjo that the Biafra government in exile has been activated and Simon Ekpa is the prime minister. And from the activation of the Biafra government in exile, we are going to bury Nigeria this year. Mark my word. We will bury Nigeria this year and get our freedom. And if Obasanjo is going to be an obstacle, he will also be buried. Because everybody that fights for Nigeria has always died. If you serve Nigeria, you will come back in shame. Obasanjo should be praying for forgiveness from God for participating in an injustice, for participating in genocide that has not paid off. The Biafra war, trying to save one Nigeria, has become the biggest mistake that whoever participated in that war fighting against Biafra, today their people are being slaughtered. Danjuma participated in the Biafra war against Biafra in Nigeria. His people is being slaughtered. Gowon today is being slaughtered. Obasanjo, who claimed that he has captured some officers and surrendered them to Gowon, his people is being slaughtered. In Ogun State, Fulani terrorists have killed many people where Obasanjo come from. And he has paid the price of fighting against Biafra. So if anybody should be talking about what is dead, that Biafra is dead, it is Nigeria that is dead. And like I said, We, the Biafra government in exile, we are going to bury Nigeria this year. And whoever wants to follow Nigeria to the grave should come and stand on our way. Freedom is not given. We are not begging you to give us freedom. We are going to take our freedom by ourselves, and that's exactly the step we are following. But in order to do that, we have to also just for formality, because we know they are corrupt. If they are not corrupt, the United Nations, upon discovering that the Nigeria General Election has revealed ethnic, religious, and demographic fault lines, shouldn't be looking up to 29th of May for a new president to be sworn in. Rather, they should have called for immediate referendum or start the process of coming to a round table by all indigenous nationalities that made up Nigeria to discuss the possibility to renegotiate our coexistence and apply all the mechanism in conflict resolution. But that is not happening. So all they do is to sit in their comfort zone and tell you, you must be one. Let us try. And Obasanjo haven't seen the momentum the Biafra liberation has gained. All of them were panicking. Obasanjo have to travel all the way from his nonsense farm home up to Anambra to congratulate Soludo. He did not come to congratulate Soludo for. Obasanjo said he never wanted Soludo to become governor in Anambra State. And he come there with his big nose to insult Biafra people. I want Obasanjo to understand that if Ojukwu was a radical Igbo man, we are more than radical than Ojukwu. I am telling you the fact. I want Obasanjo to know that those who fought for Biafra people from 1967 to 1970, if you think that they were radical, we are more than them, and we are ready to get our freedom. We are going to fight even more than them. So do not think that Ojukwu have a strong head and he led Igbo to war. Ojukwu did not lead Igbo to war. It was the Nigeria that brought the war against Igbo, and Ojukwu had to fight to defend his people.
What Chief Nwayamu said, I believe on the 13th of January 1970, Biafra died.
It is an insult that this man said that Biafra died, and I've just given you instances what led to Biafra, that actually it is Nigeria that have died, and we are preparing the burial arrangement of Nigeria. Nigeria have died. The reason why a Muslim ticket can sell today in Nigeria is because Nigeria is dead. Will Obasanjo, as a Christian that he is, ever believe that Tinubu that he was fighting will bring Muslim ticket and they will hijack the INEC and hijack everybody? No, he will never believe it. But when you talk to them, they tell you they are the elder statesmen. Elder statesmen, where were they? Where Fulani was fixing people in INEC? Where were these elder statesmen? Where Fulani hijacked the police? Where were these elder statesmen? Where Fulani hijacked the military? Where were these statesmen? Where Fulani hijacked everything, and now they have decided to install Muslim ticket to make it Islamic State of Nigeria. And this idiot, which is what they are, they tell you it was not possible. Muslim ticket cannot work in Nigeria. That Nigeria is a secular state. What do you call Nigeria now? I want you to ask Obasanjo, because whenever you talk, they tell you, oh, Muslim is not possible, that Nigeria is a secular state. Now that Nigeria has been hijacked by the Islamic State and the Taliban and have imposed this Muslim ticket on you, what do you call them? How do you address Nigeria now? Do you still address Nigeria as a secular state? This is the discussion and the topic that every person that calls himself in Nigeria should be talking about. Now, what do you call Nigeria now that a Muslim is a president and vice president is a Muslim? Are you going to say it's a secular state? The answer is no. So if it is not a secular state, then what were you doing? To the extent that in 2023, instead of going forward and moving forward in an innovative way, in 2023, while people are moving mountain, you are fighting a religious war in politics. And today, Muslim has become president and vice president in your secular state called Nigeria. And that is why when we wrote to the United Nations today, we made it very clear that it is a flagrant violation of the secular state principle. The secular state principle in Nigeria has been violated with impunity by even allowing a Muslim ticket to even go into the poll to be elected or hijacked or selected as elected people. It has violated the principles of the secular state system. And if by now you are still looking at Simon Ekpa as a troublemaker, you are an idiot. You are an idiot. If by now you are thinking that a separatist group, as you call us, I don't know where you know how you got to the point that we are a separatist group. We were never one country before. So how do you call us a separatist group? When we were forcefully joined together in 1914, where everybody consulted, we had an agreement which they said after 100 years, whoever wants to live shall live. The question is, was that kind of agreement existed or not? Is there agreement like after 100 years in Nigeria, anybody who wants to go will go? None of these people have come publicly to say yes, there is a disagreement, or no, there is no disagreement, which prove. So, how do you come today in 2023 and you sit and watch that Nigeria, who you cherish so much with your secularism, is now a Muslim ticket? It was before now, from 2015, Muslim taking over in all the government sectors. From police to military, from military to Air Force, from Air Force to Senate, from Senate to the executive, from the executive to the Port Authority to immigration to everything, they took over. While you were busy preaching this nonsense and insulting our people, because you can't live more than 20 years anymore, you die off. And then you want people, you want to remain Obasanjo with a former president, a very corrupt man. Obasanjo was the one who wanted a top 10. He was the founder of corruption in Nigeria, in the democratic era of Nigeria from 1999. And one thing why I'm not even pitying most of these people is that when you talk, they say Obasanjo regime was favorable. Favorable because it was a criminal regime. Obasanjo administration was favorable. And many idiots will tell you it was favorable to Ndigbo because it was a criminal administration, corrupt administration, where money can buy anything. Obasanjo wanted to use money to buy top 10. He paid people off in millions. Everybody knows that. Yet, he is still talking about one Nigeria. How can somebody who deliberately want to buy top 10 will be the one to advise Ndigbo, will be the one that people will gather to listen to and start speaking rubbish, will be the one now that is going to be advising on a democratic process? A man that was buying democracy with money is not the one that should advise Ndigbo about democracy. I want you to understand that for Obasanjo to have participated in Biafra war without any apology after that to come to our land and spew this nonsense that every elder that was part of this particular gathering is enemy to Biafra people. All of you. All of you will despise you. All of you are enemy of peace. Because what you should have asked Ambassador to do is to first of all make a statement condemning the killing and burning of businesses of Ndigbo in Lagos, which is where he come from, the region he come from. Instead of him to come here and warn the people that are living in Lagos State, that are hiring the thugs and arsonists to kill our people in Lagos, he came here to even open the wound of Biafra people that were killed and murdered in cold blood during the war. I'm telling you that Biafra is dead. Nigeria is dead. And if Obasanjo wants to be the obstacle, we are going to bury him too with Nigeria this year. Because he is not bigger than those that Nigeria has buried. He's not bigger than them. Let me also play this for you to understand that Obasanjo is not bigger than those that Nigeria has buried.
On the 24th of March, 1999, the news of the death of retired Major General Babatunde Abdul-Baki Idiogbon rocked the nation. The man who was once the de facto vice president of Nigeria under the military government of Major General Muhammadu Buhari dead. He was only 56 years old, circumstances with many controversies surrounding his death. Many accounts of his death have been played, with many pointing accusing fingers at the government of General Abdul Salami Abubakar. Tunde Idiogbon, who was of Fulani ancestry, was born in Ilorin, Kwara State, on September 14, 1943. A trained economist, he was a man who utilized the privileges of several offices he held to promote nation building and national development. He demonstrated absolute honesty, loyalty, and comradeship to the extent that over 2 decades after his death, no one has accused him of any form of moral or financial corruption. As Buhari's deputy, Tunde Idiogbon was a no-nonsense, never-smiling soldier and a disciplinarian. Regarded by many as the engine room, the brain box, and the star boy of Buhari's military government, he worked seamlessly with Buhari throughout and was given free hand to operate. That alluring working relationship saw him dominating the government so well that for the first and only time in the political history of Nigeria, the names of the head and his deputy were used to nomenclate the administration as the Buhari-Idiogbon regime. While performing the Lesser Hajj in Saudi Arabia in 1985, as a guest of the King of Saudi Arabia, Idiogbon learnt about the Babangida-led coup that overthrew his government. Despite pleadings from the Saudi king to stay back, he refused, and took the next flight back to Nigeria. On arrival, he was placed under house arrest for 3 years, and after his release he retired to his hometown, Ilorin, and lived a very quiet life. But what killed him? On the 30th of March, 1999, Professor Olurotimi Farkeya, the chief medical director of University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital, disclosed that the medical diagnosis cannot be revealed without the permission of members of the deceased family. He, however, confirmed that he did not die of cholera, as was been speculated in some quarters. And when the members of Idiogbon's family were approached to speak on what killed the late general, none of them was willing to talk to the reporters. But the refusal on the part of the family to talk only helped to spark even more controversies about the death of their patriarch. A week before his death, Idiogbon was in Abuja to attend a meeting of senior army officers, retired and serving, summoned by the head of state, General Abdul Salami Abubakar, on how best to hand over power to the civilians. He returned to Ilorin on the 19th of March, and he was fine until Tuesday, the 23rd of March, when he complained of a slight stomachache. But the pain only worsened. Around 10:30 p.m., he was rushed to the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital, where the medical director led 5 other medical consultants into an unsuccessful battle to save his life. Unsubstantiated claims of poisoning trailed his death. Some people believe the late general was poisoned during his last brief visit to Abuja, citing the following reasons. 1. Professor Farkeye had to seek the attention of the Kwara State Military Administrator before Idiagbon was admitted to the teaching hospital, the same hospital he had been using before the incident. They asked why he involved the governor in Idiagbon's private medical issue. 2. Idiagbon's medical file was reportedly removed from the hospital's records department by Farkeye. 3. The belief was that an order came from the presidency directing Farkeye to make the file vanish. 4. Prominent Nigerians, including Sunday Mbang, prelate of the Methodist Church of Nigeria, demanded an autopsy. It was never done. The professor denied all these allegations. Sadly, General Idiagbon was buried on Thursday, the 25th of March, 1999, at his residence in IM0N. The burial was swift. He was interred at about noon. His wife was clad in black, and she wept profusely. In attendance were top government functionaries and some retired military officers, including General Muhammadu Buhari, who could not hold back his tears. Perhaps the most damning claim of government involvement in the death of Idiagbon was made by Femi Fani-Kayode, Nigeria's former aviation minister. He said, General Tunde Idiagbon was to be appointed chief of staff in the presidency in President Obasanjo's government. He was invited to Abuja, offered the job, and he accepted it. He went back to his hotel the night he was made the offer, had some food and some Abuja tea, and he immediately fell gravely ill. He never recovered from that illness, and he died from it. He was not suffering from any known illness before taking the tea. Up until that time, he had enjoyed excellent health, and I was reliably informed that he was in very high spirits after leaving the presidential villa that night. As a matter of fact, Obasanjo was looking forward to working closely with him. The fact that the man died in such a mysterious way is yet another inexplicable tragedy in our history.
Right, you just listen to that. What it is telling you is that whoever served Nigeria have always been killed by Nigeria itself. So if Obasanjo think that, Obasanjo knows that now he has enemy. Obasanjo is the enemy of APC. APC is the ruling class. And he is not bigger than those that Nigeria have killed and murdered, and they disappear from this planet Earth. You are always going to be killed by Nigeria that you serve and cherish so much and fight to protect. I want to inform Obasanjo today that Biafra has never been alive as it is today. Even during the war, it has never been alive as it is today. The awareness we have created is breaking every window and every doors all over the world. During the Biafra war, the awareness that we have created now was not there. Even though it was an official war being fought by many powerful nations against Biafra, but the people of the West and America do not have the knowledge of what is happening in Biafra, what was happening there. Today, we have created awareness and continue to even go deeper in the awareness. And people are getting the knowledge of what is going on, how Nigeria has been killing our people, how the Islamic State is coming. Nobody believed that a Taliban will take over Afghanistan. After 23 years, today, we are using Afghanistan to teach and enlighten the people to see that the same thing is being played in Nigeria. And people understand what is coming. So, who is Obasanjo to come and tell you that Biafra is dead and buried? It is him, Obasanjo, that is dead and buried, and not Biafra.
And I like what Chief IM0N said. I believe on the 13th of January, 1970, Biafra died and was buried. Actually, in the house of my friend here, Chief Simon Okeke in Amechi. Is that correct?
Can you imagine? Biafra is dead and buried in the house of his friend in Amici. And people are sitting there. Tell Obasanjo, as he was there, claiming that Biafra is dead and buried, Kaduna record 125 killed. 60 persons kidnapped in the first 82 days of 2023. 125 people killed in Kaduna. 60 kidnapped, and it was not like that before the Biafra war. So you think that if Biafra goes to war today, Kaduna people, Southern Kaduna people will join Nigeria to fight against Biafra? The answer is no. You think when we go to war again today, Benue people that is being slaughtered in their village, their military, their people in the army will now pick up arms to fight against Biafra? It is not possible. And even if they come, we're going to finish them. Because today, we are more rugged than what we were in 1967 and 1970. Today, we have men and doors has been opened. What we are looking at now in the government of Biafra in exile is building diplomatic ties to the enemy of those who believe that they can use intimidation to continue to put us in one Nigeria. We will make friends with their enemy. We will make friends with even their worst enemy if that is what it takes. I want you to understand that the Western world need Biafra more than Biafra need them. That is a fact. They need us more than we need them. They need our natural resources. Chinese need us more than we need them. They need our natural resources. They need all the minerals we have. They don't have it. I want you to understand that America needs us. Because at the end of the day, the powerful nation of Biafra will be the pillar of West Africa and by extension, the pillar of Africa. And there is nothing you can do trying to exterminate Biafra people from the face of the planet. It can never ever work except there is no God. And we believe there is God. You did it to the Jews. The only problem is that the Biafra people, with the charms that the Fulani are putting in the cow, when they eat it, they become like zombies. They are being controlled by the charms of the nomadic people. Otherwise, am I supposed to be the one coming to tell you your problem? I don't live in Nigeria, but I'm here telling you your problem. The problem that's why the fight for Biafra is completely a different fight. Unlike what you see in any other part of the world, where people have fought for their freedom and have gotten their freedom. The fight for Biafra is completely a different thing. You don't fight, Biafra people will not fight Biafra the way the Bangladesh fight in Pakistan and got their independence. No. We're not going to fight like South Sudan. No. Our case is peculiar. It's very different.
That was said to me. And the type of thing that you know is going on. Call, as I have just called it. What do we do with it? I believe we have to go back to the scripture, which says we must conquer evil with good. And whoever you are, wherever people are being afraid of you, you must make yourself friendly to those who are afraid of you.
All right. So our message today is for Obasanjo to understand that it is Nigeria that died and will be buried this year. Biafra bone is risen. Biafra bone has risen up. Dead, Biafra has been resurrected, and the flame of the freedom of Biafra is burning. Burning like never before.
Nigeria, on a daily basis, witness the impunity which is so-called Fulani herdsmen extremists who share an ethnic and religious identity with President Buhari and the Fulani elite, which now dominates all key institutions in Nigeria.
To open an investigation specifically into the wide-scale and systematic killing of the civilian population, and most notably targeting the indigenous people of Biafra.
Clear that now we've put.
Brethren, listen, normally I supposed not to be on this type of platform for life. And normally I don't join this type of group. But something made me to do so because it was a job given to me. And since Elohim have date up to date, let me say this thing again. I am not supposed to, but listen to me and listen attentively. It will be a long speech. Before Mazen Nandekano was kidnapped, a month after, and the Lord gave me a message to preach, and that message was Exodus out. And where I am, I suppose not to bring such message into the church, bringing Exodus of Biafra inside the church. So I tried to be diplomatic with my languages for 1 whole month and a few days. I couldn't preach anything. Even if I have my message appear before the altar, it's time for message, the Lord will say, my friend, my son, change this. Do what I want you to do. At times I even teach or preach without even studying it because I have my own messages. And God will stop me. So I continue. In all Bible study, in all Sunday school, in all Sunday services, and even prayer meeting, it was Exodus, 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 Exodus. To the point that I started mentioning Biafra. And at times I will caution myself, at times I will reach home, my wife, darling, what is this? How come this and that? I said, this is what God asked me to do. I don't know how it come about and all the rest. After 1 month and some few days, Malami announced that Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and then brought to Nigeria and taken to court. I nearly died. If not for a little, I would have by myself commit a crime, do something that could have caused problems. So I began to question God. I didn't eat for 2 good days, 2 whole days. I was bitter that I didn't go out. I canceled whatever agreement activities I have with anybody. I was indoor, crying. I said, God, so you asked me to do this, and after doing it, the next thing, the Exodus couldn't work. The next thing is kidnapping him and bring him into this nation. And you know, I don't supposed to be into this. Even if I belong, I will do it secretly. Talk less of coming to show myself in this way. So now the 3rd night, I also slept. Then by 12, the Lord spoke to me. Aspect. How is that why you give an assignment, and the assignment was how? So I was asking the question in that revelation. Then the Lord spoke to me. If I permitted it, how it was right again. I permitted it. I said, permitted? What? He said, yes, I permitted it that I might deal,
Yes.
I might use it to deal with Pharaoh. As I sent Moses to Egypt, that I might destroy Pharaoh. So I sent Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria to destroy the sister, that I should watch out. Then I was a little bit relieved. I asked another question. What about his flocks? So I would like you to be quiet and listen very well. If you are a DOS supporter or DOS member or whatever, please listen. I asked, what about his flocks? And the Lord told me, his flocks? I said, yes, sir. He said, I want to show to the whole world how rotten the flocks were. I will show it to the whole world. So I became devastated again I was confused again. He said, but I will raise a man for myself. Hear it so that if you are fighting, know who you are fighting. So that you don't keep fighting God and think you are fighting man. He said, I will raise a man for myself with spirit, blood, and heart. These three language is unchangeable up to death. With the spirit, blood, and heart of Joshua, who will carry on the agitation until when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released and Biafra will be declared. That is what the Lord says, the Lord of hosts. Then I wake up. I tap my wife and I said, go and give me food. Go and give. He said, what happened? I said, the matter is settled. The Lord has spoken. I am completely okay. She stood up at the middle of the night, bring food. I took my bed, I ate, and I slept. And I became more happier. I even start telling people that this is what God have said. That led me to the social media. If not so, I don't usually go to social media to join this type of talk and all that, because all is for me and I am for all. So along the line, at the 10th day of that event, my wife doesn't believe in anything. My wife doesn't accept any of this. It seems as if talking about Biafra is destroying the church, destroying the body of Christ, which we have built for so many years, and others. I said, no, our freedom is bigger than whatsoever. We'll continue when the freedom is done. After all, our message, every message of Christ centered on freedom. So you can't be in bondage and claim you're a free man. So 10 days interval, the Lord spoke to my wife. And tell my wife, he said, go and tell your husband to activate the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My wife woke up, began to ask herself, what is her business into this morning? My wife tapped me, said, honey, see what the Lord told me, and I am confused. Who is me? What is my business into this? I don't believe this. Why? I say, yes, the Lord will have involved you. Go and tell your husband. That means it has been our collective prayer point now. So immediately, I call so many men of God who are still on this platform and be quiet. They know. Call them, say, please, this is what the Lord has said. We should activate the unconditional release. By these have never been made public anywhere in the world. Because by then, Lawyer Jumako have not appeared. So later, we began this program every Wednesday. From that day till date, every Wednesday, we fast, we pray. I decide not to make it an online something, so that we don't know who is who, and the person go and report you, and then you are being trapped. So the men of God, those who agree, will continue. And I continue in my own family, morning and night, in all our night prayer, in all our morning prayer. And then we began to pray also concerning the Joshua. So when I came on Facebook, I saw Simon Ekpa, who I know since 2019. By then I don't like his speech. I don't like so many things because I came up through one man, say George Onibe. I so much love that man. He's an orator. He's a good man. He speaks well until he has a problem and join the person that brought him to the struggle. So, and because of that, he usually has problem with Simon. Simon at times, when Onion do his online, Simon will still be online. So, but I don't like Simon. So it was at that hour I began to research, who is this Joshua? Suddenly, Simon appeared. And while Simon was broadcasting, the Lord said, this is the Simon. This is the Joshua. And immediately I saw him. He was baptized with the spirit of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came inside him. And he began to speak with authority like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I said, yeah, that is him. And I called so many people, I told them, the Lord have delivered, have shown us actually that this young man is the person. We are going to back him. That's how we join force in prayer, praying for him, which I suppose not to. Because looking at the background of his message, when I saw the dragon, I said, what does this mean? That now the Lord said, go ahead. Stand by him. This is the one. I kept quiet. I will continue. We'll continue. And that is why I keep telling all of you, you can't destroy Simon unless there is no God behind him. You can. One single man fought almost 90, IPOB claim there are 92 countries or 95 countries in the world. One single man, he has nobody to back him. He has nobody, he stood. They pushed him, they called him nobody. They thought he was an easy nut to crack. Along the line, nothing. He was able to withstand. Do you think that Simon was able to stand because I hear Papa Jeremiah B. Ken saying that they are the one who gave him back. Who is you to give him back? It is God that gave him back. You don't know what you are doing. Even if you came to support him, it is God that pushed you up to do it. Because if left to you, you wouldn't have. And you have never supported anybody in life who succeeded in any of this agitation. You has been with Wazirike. He failed because of the spirit inside you, the spirit of failure. You jump into Martin Nandekali. He was about to fail. God raised people like Simon to come and help him to uphold.
Baanụ n'ime maazị adọm ikike n'ime maazị Nnamdi Kanu ụba n'ime Saminekpa ihe ebubo abada nkiri ka a na-ekiri abada deji onye ozu oke ngene ka ịbụ agbarụcha aha gị bụ ngene ha ga-ekuru gị nwa na-eke guru gị nwa n'orie kuru gị nwa n'afọ kuru gị nwa na nkwọ nna m si na onye ju ogbugbu ọnwụ udo onye juru n'okwu ikwuru ọ naanị ike onye kwere n'okwu ikwuru na ọbịbịa Biafra ihe ọma na-eme n'ime Biafra ya mebere onye sị na ị ga-adị onye ahụ aga-adịkwa onye sị na ihe ọma ama mmere gị ihe ọma ama mmere gị Chineke na-enye ndụ ikike niile nọ n'ime Nnamdi Kanu n'ebe ọ bụ na Nnamdi Kanu nọ n'ime prison adọm ikike nọ n'ime nwụọ n'ime gị bụ sogharịba gị onye iro kpụrụgodi gị n'ọnụ ikike a mechie ya anya ya sogharịba gị ekwe ọnya n'iru gị ị ga-abụ jump and pass ekwe n'azụ ị ga-abụ jump and pass ekwe n'aka nne ị ga-abụ jump and pass ekwe n'aka ekpe ị ga-abụ jump and pass nwa m udo dere gị onye si udo dere mmadụ ya ka udo na-abịara mmeri ka ị ga-emeri n'iru ka ị ga-aga ọdịda ga-abụ nke gị emegidere m agha zoo agha ndị IPOB agha ndị DOS agụ na-eje n'isi gị ije ọbụla bụ ije ọjọọ asarị sọkwụgbọkụ na asị na asarị dọkụgbọ ga-eje n'isi gị emerie m ya na eke merie ya n'oge merie ya na afọ merie ya na nkwọ Jehova bube ha agha ya were abụ ọma 35 tiri ha ọgba aghara chere ha ọgba aghara tiri ha ọgba aghara chaa ha ọgba aghara chabanụ ha ọgba aghara chabanụ ha ọgba aghara chabanụ ha ọgba aghara chaba ha ọgba aghara Chibuchebe gị nwa m Chinenye ndụ ya gị ndụ n'iru ka ị ga-agasa mere ọdịda ga-abụ nke gị
And he began to speak with authority like Mazin Nnamdi. I say, yeah, that is him. He speaks well until he has a problem and join the person that brought him to the struggle. So, and because of that, he usually has problem with Simon. Simon at times, when Onyen do is online, Simon will still be online. So, but I don't like Simon. So it was at that hour I began to research, who is this Joshua? Suddenly, Simon appeared. And while Simon was broadcasting, the Lord said, this is the Simon. This is the Joshua. And immediately I saw him. He was baptized with the spirit of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu came inside him. And he began to speak with authority like Mazin Namdekan. I say, yeah, that is him. And I called so many people, I told them, the Lord have delivered, have shown us actually that this young man is the person. We are going to back him. That's how we join force in prayer. Because looking at the background of his message, when I saw the dragon, I said, what does this mean? That now the Lord said, go ahead. Stand by him. This is the one. I kept quiet. I will continue. We'll continue. And that is why I keep telling all of you, you can't destroy Simon unless there is no God behind him. You can. One single man fought almost 90, IPO declared there are 92 countries or 95 countries in the world. One single man, he has nobody to back him. He has nobody, he stood. They pushed him, they called him nobody. They thought he was an easy nut to crack. Along the line, nothing. He was able to withstand. Do you think that Simon was able to stand? Because I hear Papa Jamal B. Ken saying that they are the one who gave him back. Who is you to give him back? It is God that gave him back. You don't know what you are doing. Even if you came to support him, it is God that pushed you up to do it. Because if left to you, you wouldn't have. And you have never supported anybody in life who succeeded in any of this agitation. You has been with Wazirike. He failed because of the spirit inside you, the spirit of failure. You jump into Martin Nandekali. He was about to fail. God raised people like Simon to come and help him, to uphold him. And now you came to join the same Simon to bring him down. God have to use Simon to push you out, so that Simon can stand and the word of God could not go down. Listen, as long as God liveth, nobody, Simon cannot go down. Whatever he lay his hand over, this agitation will keep moving. So go and listen. UN envoy now came up, UN observers came up and told that the election is not correct. That Nigeria is divided under ethnicity, religions, and there is a demography war going on in Nigeria, which nobody, and that is what we needed. And that is referendum coming up any moment from now, very soon. You keep hearing it. And that is what the Lord said, that he will be leading until Mazin Nnamdi Kanu comes out and Biafra will be declared. So that is why you see him redesigning our money. You see him bringing our government in exile, causing it to function. You see him meeting men that matters, and they are giving him accolade. You see him when he speaks, the Nigerian government is panicking and others. You are here talking trash. Listen, there are things I can't say here. Like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, there was a meeting held in Kano by the northern, by the Fulani themselves, and which British representative was here. It was 3 days meeting. They just finished it. That they have done the worst mistake in life for allowing Obi to rise up and reach to the point where he has come, that nothing again will revise, and allowing some of the northerners who they stole from, like one of the senators that won the election with Congress. I don't want to call his name. He is the origin, the indigenous origin, and you know what it means. I will not go further. So please, if you are fighting Mazi, be rest assured you are fighting God. If you are fighting Simon, be rest assured no matter whatever Simon do, listen to me and listen attentively. David counted Israel for a census. God killed 70,000 died for David's sin of counting Israel. David's sin of counting Israel. So God has a way of dealing with leaders. God says, I know Israelite king should marry more than one wife. David, how many did he marry? Yet a man after God's own heart. God, how many did Solomon marry? All the king that God said they did good, how many did they marry? There is something that God needed in a man's life as a leader. And I see it in the life of Simon. Simon is a spirit man who is more stronger than so many of us, who can come up and say, I am sorry. Who can come up and say, if it was Rike speak anything good, he say, from now nobody should fight him. And people like us will say, what is this man saying? The other lady some time ago came up who has been insulting him, say something good concerning Simon. Simon came and declared from now nobody should fight him. He is one among us. Whether he's delaying, whether he's saying bad or good, nobody should fight him. Can you do it? And look at where we are today. Thank you.
In this war, there has been a lot of destruction, a lot of suffering. At the end of the war, a policy of no victor, no vanquished was established. But it remained for this to be put into practice in real terms. The Igbos, as I saw them, would seem to suffer some disabilities still. In fact, those disabilities they see as punishment, continued punishment for participating in the war. And in a country where we're all striving to forget the past and move forward to a brighter future, this constant reminder, this constant punishment, this constant reproach inhibited the Igbo through participation in Nigerian body politic. They would like to feel that in Nigeria they could aspire to any position. They would like to feel that there are no limitations to their contributive capacity in Nigeria. They would like to feel that they could be appreciated fully in Nigeria. They would like to feel that they could be honored in Nigeria for their contribution. In short, the Igbo would like to feel that one day an Igbo could become president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I prayed to God Almighty in heaven. And I said, I cannot see anything around me. Do not say to me, he said the time hasn't come. When the time comes, I will send people to you, and the whole world will shake. In the end, mankind will bow. You will go to this war with nothing, but I will prove to you that I'm God. After this, Biafra will worship God forever and ever. I prayed to God Almighty in heaven. I was in Jerusalem. And I said, I cannot see anything around me. Do not say to me, he said the time hasn't come. When the time comes, I will send people to you, and the whole world will shake. In the end, mankind will bow. You will go to this war with nothing, but I will prove to you that I'm God. After this, Biafra will worship God forever and ever. I prayed to God Almighty in heaven. I was in Jerusalem. And I said, I cannot see anything around me. Do not say to me, he said the time hasn't come. When the time comes, I will send people to you, and the whole world will shake. You will go to this war with nothing, but I will prove to you that I'm God. After this, Biafra will worship God forever and ever.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we're making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
Are saying we want to be free. It is not only Biafra that is going to be free this year. A lot of nations will break. Nigeria is going to break into pieces, and we, the Biafra people, are going to make it possible. I am telling you now, it is not a hidden thing. It is going to happen this year. Those of you who are planning to have election in 2023, which is next month, you are going to fail. We will disappoint you, and you will disappoint yourself.
Fellow Biafrans, we are waiting for Umuada to come, because we are going to have some of the Umuada this evening. So as we are waiting for them, just a few minutes from now, Umuada is going to be here. So let us continue to listen and refresh our brain with Onyendu's preaching, so that all of you will understand that he had never be here more.
I was in Jerusalem. And I said, I cannot see anything around me. Do not say to me. He said the time hasn't come. When the time comes, I will send people to you, and the whole world will shake. In the end, mankind will bow. You will go to this war with nothing, but I will prove to you that I'm God. After this, Biafra will worship God forever and ever.
You're welcome, Mama Zoka, and where are other people?
They're coming in.
Okay, so I think I have to just okay, a few minutes, right? All right. So I'm gonna put something else, and then and then they should come fast, because we don't have time, and we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. What is Nnamdi Kanu still doing in the DS? Has been given from the court to the government that Nnamdi Kanu should be returned back to Kenya, and he should be compensated with a sum of 500 million naira, but he is still in their custody. Why? Why? Has Nigeria gotten to a level that we don't have laws any longer? We don't abide by the rules and regulations given to us? If we are to break these rules, oh, what a pity to us. But now, it's for the government to do what is right, but they are not. Instead, discrimination, tribalism, ethnicity has become the order of the day for them. And I don't know what they are putting in the minds of the Southeast and the Northerners. Because we, the Northerners, are the ones being affected. Why? Because the people ruling us are from the North. I blame them. See, there is no way I will blame the Southeast if they think of having their own nation, with the way things are going, with the way our governments are taking things in on serious. Let me say it that way. If you are making us look, I never for once loved the Southeast. The only thing I had for them then was hatred, but I came to realize that this is not how it's supposed to be. Then let the government do what is right. If an order has been given, an order is an order. Let's abide, let's go by that order. Not bringing in discrimination, bringing about tribalism into our mind. Oh, come on. That is not what we are out for. And that is why we will keep fighting till what we are looking for is achieved. Please, Please, this man should be returned back to Kenya because he was kidnapped to this place. If I was being kidnapped, I would not be happy about it too. Let me be realistic and let me be sincere about it. Please, my viewers, share this video. Let it go viral so that all citizens, all masses of this country will see it, because Nigeria is no longer a lawful state or a lawful country any longer. We have rules and regulations. Let's go by that. Let's abide by it. An order is an order, like I said. And we, the Northerners, we want to be our brother's keeper. We don't want the Southeast to see us as if we are the enemies. We don't want to be their enemy, and we don't want them to be our enemy also. So let the government do what is appropriate. Please and please, please share this video so it go viral.
The program, and Madam Azoka, you're welcome. You can take charge from here, and while I sit by the background. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Honorable Prime Minister of Biafra government, of Biafra Republic government in exile. We are so excited being with you today. This is the first time the woman coming here to stay with you. This afternoon, we come with a very good news, and then that good news is that anytime Umada comes, that it's not just something unusual. But the only thing is that we're making a headway, and that is why we're happy being with you today. So thank you so much. This is the first time we are coming, and of course, in support of everything that you've done, and in support of everything that you have been able to accomplish. It is a matter of who cares to know what the enemies are thinking. We don't care. All we know is that we're marching forward with you, and we know that you're going to lead us. That's why we're supporting you and still support you till tomorrow. So thank you so much, and we're happy to be with you this afternoon. And I want to thank all the media team who have been working, tenaciously to make sure that they perform their duties and they're representing what we are preaching. We are disciplined and they are disciplined. And I know that the leader that we are following right now, which is Simon Ekpa, is a disciplined guy. So Umada, Natu, Kwefi, I am so proud to be with you guys this afternoon. And I want to welcome each and every one of you and my fellow Biafrans. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. So thank you so much. We are here this afternoon because, as you can see, the news is getting viral. The Biafran government in exile is working very, very hard. And with all the achievements we've done so far, we know that we still need a lot of upcoming mega fundraising on Saturday, and calling on everybody. And everywhere you are, please call anybody you think you can call. Invite your friends, invite your well-wishers, because like I usually say, that we have only two things in our mind, and that two things is that we are focused in getting Biafra this year. And we are working so hard to make sure that it's actualized. So please, fundraising this time around is not because we are trying to disturb anybody, because it is mandatory that you have to participate in it, because you have only two choices. It's either you support the ESN to go and then fight vigorously to make sure that our nation is restored, or you do it your own self by using your family, using your well-wishers, using everything that you have, your property, to fight for it yourself. So those are the two options you have. So we are inviting you guys this Saturday. Please be with us. Never mind ask the Biafran government in exile if we are doing something tremendous. Ask the men on ground, the real men on ground who are working with us, not the criminals that is out there, making noise every now and then, trying to siphon money from people to enrich themselves. Like we usually say, we don't have room for paying criminals this time. We only have room for those who are working diligently to make sure that Biafra comes, and those who are IM0N members, not the rogues and criminals that are hiding in the bush, trying to get money from any source and do whatever they want to do. So those are the people we are talking about. And I'm sure that the men have been working very seriously every now and then to make sure that they protect you wherever you are. Protect your land, protect your families, protect your women, protect the vulnerable ones amongst us. Those are the people that we're talking about. And those are the people that have been working for us, and we're making sure that everything that they need is provided for them, the equipment and all what's the every other thing that comes with it. So those are the people we're talking about. So please, we want to tell you, we don't have much time today. We want to let you know that next tomorrow, which is Saturday, is 15th of April. So we are inviting you to come in a huge way that you've never partaken before, because we have made a very serious milestone. Like we said before, that what we are doing now is, as we work in the show, I don't believe in talking too much or doing abracadabra and doing other things on social media, or maybe looking at those who are trying to distract what we're doing. No, we're not doing it again. What we're doing now is to focus, because we know that Biafra is coming this year. No matter how you want to think about it, all the predictions, all the prophecies that Mazin Nandekanu did during all his sermons are coming to pass. So the last one is the restoration of Biafra. So those are the things. So tighten up your seatbelts. Make sure that you walk with us. Make sure that you get there. Make sure that you do everything within your power, everything within your means, everything within you that will make you, to participate in this. Your children, your family, and everybody. Okay? So that we'll be able to achieve this. Support our ESM to get everything they need, because the terrorist states or the Janjaweed are working so hard to make sure that they Islamize the nation, the Nigerian state, or Islamize our country, Biafra. And we can never allow that to happen. That can never happen. We are on a revenge mission. More than 5 million people that were killed 1967 must be. What are we talking about? We are saying that we have to take them head on. We are going to get Biafra this year, whether heaven likes it or not. And whether Obasanjo, who has been making mouth over there, saying that Biafra is there, when the time comes, we'll tell them that Chukwuke kept them alive to see how he's going to restore Biafra. For one and his cohorts, all of them will participate in it and see the children of God going their own different ways. So thank you guys so much. And I want to speak. I want to call all my beautiful women, Madam Mary, want to talk to our people concerning this fundraising, because it's going to be a mega one. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much. I salute all listeners, whatever time zone you are right now. I use your time zone to greet you. Biafrans, lovers of freedom, sympathizers, and all who are passionate about freedom. I welcome you all here.
I also want to greet our leader, who is in the DSS dungeon right now because of this struggle. He has lost so much. He has sacrificed all that is sacrificable for this struggle, but for our Mazi Simon Ekpa. I want to greet the media team. I want to greet my fellow mothers. I welcome you all. Yes, we are here to send a message about fundraising. And I know this struggle, everybody get their role to play. Yes, so everybody get their role to play. You don't get anybody where go sit on the sideline. They do face me, I face you. Not be it. Everybody get their role to play in a very unique way. Contribution to support ESN when they do work, not be the yes story when you are they hear ranters, wallowers, the ones where they look for their own pocket. Now they not this na the real talk. This na real talk. Now we dey talk so. Money is needed to handle this struggle. You know, I will always make reference to an interview that happened between when they interview our spokesman then, Prime Minister now. They asked him, I think now UK journalist, then they asked him, say, who they finance you? He said the Biafran people are financing me. You see, for them to ask that question, because they what we don't want to repeat the same mistake where it happened in that 3 year war. We don't want that. This time, your money, your contribution, the money when you dip your hand deeply into the pocket, you are using it to now send the message that yes, you want freedom. You are not depending on anybody to come and fight your struggle for you. Anyone where they sit down, they do sit down, look, face me, I face you, and so on. Those ones. But this is not it. So this fundraising, every fundraising that we do is helping to win the war. Win the war against the enemy. Win the war against the Fulani. Una hear wetin that Fulani man, I don't know wetin be name. All that nonsense when they vomit, all that rubbish when they vomit. Una they hear. Is that what you want? Everybody will want that kind of rubbish. Then it means say you don't know what freedom is. It's time for us to tell them that we want our freedom. We don't want Islamization that Babangida did. Una no know. Una no know say Babangida, he got your money go register the contraction in Islamic district. Look at your area. Look at our area. Look at the killing. Look at how bad the place looks. Now, Biafra will make that better. It will deprive Islamization. It will deprive them. You know what now? Biafra. So anybody when they talk about election and all that nonsense that you hear, now Islamization now they want, and we don't want it. And this Biafra go stop them. It will prevent Africa, the entire of the African continent, to be Islamized by those who came from the Sahel. So please, the freedom of this present generation, future generation, is very important. Biafra is the answer. Biafra is the solution. Biafra will deprive those from the Sahel region, of course, now their pockets. So come and Islamize us. We don't want it. All those millions that they killed, you know why they erased history? It's because they erased history because they didn't want you to know all the atrocities committed against Biafra. And history, something that happened, but they want to sweep it under the rug, and we don't want that. History must be told. Please support the fundraising. I look forward to see you all. Please give, and don't be tired. Because when you are not tired, when the freedom comes, you will begin to see the need of why you should support this struggle. So with this, I pass the mic to you, Honorable.
Thank you, the beautiful woman. We have a short time today. We can have a full time next week. So we're trying to make sure that we work according to the time we have here. Okay. So thank you so much, the beautiful woman, and I'm calling on Chichi to speak to our people. My hubby, come on.
Ndewono, Biafrans, good evening, good night, good morning, depending where you are. May Almighty Chukwuka bless each and every one of you. I greet all the Umadas, my fellow Umada, I greet you all. I greet you, Ebe Jejo, the wonderful woman, my amiable wife. May Almighty God strengthen you more for your good work. I greet all the media teams. May God bless you all for your good work. Our Prime Minister, the Dragon himself, and also our spokesman. Congratulations, because that is why you are getting all these titles. It's not by mouth, it's just by making. You are born to rule, and nobody will stop you. Keep on doing your good work. We love you. Biafrans love you so much because you are doing the bidding of Biafrans. Our people, we have come again. This is what we ought to do. This is the time. We are not preaching or begging this time because you're supposed to know the handwriting on the wall. So my brothers and sisters, coming this Saturday, you have to come with your brothers and sisters and bring your offering. Come and sow that your seed, because you know that when you sow, it will germinate and bear forth good fruit. Because the Bible said that when you give, it shall be given back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaking together, and running over shall be unto your bosom. You don't have to hesitate this time, because without money, we cannot achieve Biafra. So, Biafra nation, we cannot do without money. We can't dispute about it. Don't to gossipers, distract us. Just focus. Look onto the goal. Look onto the ball so that when the goal will go, the enemies will be sleeping and wake up and see Biafra. So this time around, whether the date or not, anytime you get something, go to our website and put it there. Keep on giving. Keep on sowing. Because of your seed this time around, because of your month this time around, by the grace of God, your family, your brothers and sisters can never be a victim of circumstance that happened in Nigeria. We will achieve Biafra. So as you are coming, as you are sowing, as you are calling brothers and sisters, your friends, coming Saturday, may Almighty God bless each and every one of you. In the mighty name of Chukwu Kabiam, he say, Honorable.
Thank you, my hubby. Thank you so much. And I'm calling on Pastor to talk to our people. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Biafra. Good evening, our Prime Minister, Dragon himself. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for what you are doing, Biafra. Thank you, the media. Thank you, Honor. Thank you, Mother, for day and night on sleep. Thank you. We have come to tell you that Dalo Nihunu Neme, Dalo Nakunuge. You know, like Madam Mary was saying that the asked was spokesman, which is yet he now our Prime Minister, is sponsoring them because they are surprised sponsoring them. The camp Biafra has woken and they have risen again, and they are doing it by themselves. They are not waiting for those governments. They are not waiting for it again to sponsor them. That's why we have come here to do and to remind that what you are doing, you are seeing the results. You are seeing the difference. Many are called, but few are choosing. Like it, Joshua and Caleb, the one who take the east to the promised land. And you see, it's not multitudes. Mazinam Dekalu giving us. Believe that we can do, and that's why he's staying, waiting, and receiving the good news. And our honorable, the woman, and our Prime Minister, and all the alliance, protocol observed. Thank you, everyone. We are now saying that on Saturday, today is Thursday. We just have a day. Please, it's a mega fundraising. You need to come because this is our tax. This is where we put our offering. This is where we thank God. This is where we bring ourselves to know that this time the ball is in our court. And everything we want Biafra to become, it is now that we will get it. And as you are getting it, you have seen the result. No one has ever taken Biafra too far like this, except this group, except these people, except this time on that let distraction come on you because they are nobody. You have seen the light, and the light will come. God bless you. Over to you. We'll see you on Saturday with one love.
Thank you, Pastor. And I want to call on our Shine baby to.
Hello, Honorable. Hello, our Prime Minister.
love you. Remember, I just thank you for everything you have been doing for us. But if I have no name, and I have a better no name. Hello, Honorable. Hello, our media. Hello, IM0N, and they will know our gallant men, our Liberation Army. We greet you all. We greet our leader, Mazin Nandekano. Anywhere he is, may God protect him for us. And I thank all our media. I thank all Biafrans that come here always to watch us, following our leader, our spokesman, our Prime Minister, every day supporting him. Our leader, Mazin Nandekano, told us, go and listen to our Prime Minister, Mazin Simon. Share his program, follow him. Now he gave us another commandment that nobody should attack him. We should support him. Nobody. I'm calling every Biafrans this evening that we should come together on 15th, this Saturday. We are doing fundraising. I don't think that there is any excuse now that we people we say, because now we people have seen it, that our dragon, our Prime Minister, with a job. Hey, Adiego, with our media, the man making because we should come together this time around to bring this money. And we don't want to beg again. The only thing that if people don't want to bring money, there is people that God will send to bring this money, and shame will be upon people. Many people are saying that our Prime Minister will not bring Biafra. I don't know where their eyes or their ear is. Are they not seeing everything is already wrong? If I'm a Ghana, everything is ready. Mazin Nandekano said that we should not be attacking our Prime Minister anymore. However, I'm very sorry. I want to tell Olisegani Obabalani Mba Obasanjo, leave us alone. We are Biafra. No matter, we know that you are already gone, only that you are using children's hearts to replace your heart, so you think when you go to play ball in the field that we will say you are still young. You are old winch. You are the one that put that zoo. The one that go to carry first stack head and come to Biafra. I remember I was small. When Obasanjo carried that juju and enter that zoo in Nigeria, rain, there is no rainfall for 3 years in that country. It's caused by Obasanjo. Since Obasanjo bring that juju in Nigeria, this is Nigeria today. He is the one that destroyed that country. I don't know whether he want to reach 300 years. But I know that he can never reach 300 years. The day that I'm telling you, the day that we are going to announce Biafra, you will hear it, and that day will pass away. As you open your mouth to say that Biafra is dead, that day you will hear that Biafra is actualized, and that day we will die. And again, this is the word I want to tell Obasanjo. If I know that during the war, maybe you give some women, you presented some women in Igbo land, you can come and take your children. One of them, Pastor Livingstone, you see, he resembles you. So, the only thing I'm Livingstone, don't you ever disturb us again. Stop
just to interject, please. Fundraising and we have given a body going forward, and I want Umada to respect that. Let us not waste our time on people that doesn't exist, that doesn't matter. We've now it is time to remain focused. Please let us maintain it, and but please, Umada, I appeal to you to not talk about anybody fundraising and leave. People have changed gear now, and the gear we change now is not a distraction gear. So people understand. Thank you.
Okay,
Shine.
Prime Minister.
Maka hapụghị na ị ga-etu ejuna, ị ga-etu oche ejuna.
Ọ bụ video today. Ama m ihe mere.
Just allow them to make happen ya ka ha mebe video. There.
Please, Biafrans, you people should not listen to anybody. Mazi know that IM0N have what. That's why he give us that command. See him or saying anything because of jealousy. That one concern. Come to this fundraising my booth and come and follow us to enjoy.
There are some of them that are, still working, so I don't think. Before we close, thank you so much, our Prime Minister. We respect what you are saying because we've worked so hard and we've gotten to a point where any noise out there. Appreciate everything that you've been doing, and that we must send the message. The Ohanes Dendibo, we are telling you the Umada sound message to you. Ohanes of Biafra land, who are nation, that it is better for you to join the youths. We are your backbone. That you have lost your integrity. You've lost everything, but we still put that door for you guys to join us. We are still now. We want you to come and support your youths so that you'll be able to see people, all the in our land and killing and burning our properties. We are is your mind to make your youth what they are or to believe in your in favor of our people. Where he said we can be. You guys, bring whatever you have because we know that is the only way we can regain our nation. If you allow this women act that is being meted hacking to the voice of God. The masses now the kind have people are coming. We don't want. We cannot be Islamized, and we reject it till tomorrow. Leave us alone and let us march as God has instructed. Let us be in that nation that God said we are going to go. Being destroyed beyond human reasoning, human recognition, spiritually, and it's going to come to manifestation. Not to be harboring those who are coming to discourage and listening to them, to start doing that and not do. So what we want our hands, our hands. Umada of Biafra are telling you that you are going to regret it in the evening and you're going to regret it in the night, because we don't have away from this evil wind that is coming. We can never allow to be Islamized by this kind. We can never tolerate any of them to the best thing you can do is to join us. If you do not join us, you get what we have for you. It's time to take by the horn. It's now. Support your youths, support us, let us go to us for Umada to say their thanks, and so that we can round up, because we don't have much time. Okay, thank you. Well, please, can you say good night to our people?
Okay, so make I shippo no de juma no where I don't talk am the way I fit talk am, or I bet make una come on Saturday, make we continue this struggle by your support. Be that I thank una wey dey support every time, and
thank you.
Ode Juma, see you next time.
Thank you so much. Chichi, please, can you say?
Thank you for listening to us tonight. As you are coming on Saturday, may Almighty God and bless you and give you life so that you will participate in that day.
Well, Pastor, please.
Ụmụ nwanne m, ụmụ Biafra, Elma, gọzie unu, every of us, bless, and you believe on day and night. ESN, thank you. Thank you, everyone. IPO, thank you, and thank you. Thank you once again. See you today.
Thank you so much.
Honorable, please, Mazi Simon said that you should give media 2 minutes to speak.
Hello, Honorable. Thank you very much. Thank you, Biafra. Please, we are waiting for you to go on and invite us so that everybody will hear the news. We are going home. Come with your mom.
Thank you. And our indomitable, very articulate, very cool-headed media team, welcome on board, please. Vam, Pastor Vam, take over the microphone.
Pastor Bam is in Rome.
Is he sleeping? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Nah.
Sonny, take over.
Hey, good evening. Bam, please. Can we shut his camera? Because he's already sleeping. At the time, I'll see if we can shut the Bam camera. All of you, a big congratulations to our Prime Minister on the just concluded election. That is making the noise that our Prime Minister elected himself. Please, but still feeling fight with the light. Sickness that will plague you. Because you cannot raise a lagoon and transform one working strong and advancing to the next level. So, and the same for me. And tenacity, consistency, concentration, which is our freedom and the freedom of MNK and every Biafran and the restoration of Biafra, we urge you to multiply that than ever, because this is when the dragon and good and beautiful and alluring Umuada that are here. I know, I don't know that. Every job.
Thank you.
Pastor Rose, thank you. How are you? Am I the mother of the mother that speaks with wisdom? Mama,
yes.
Your wisdom is so reminds us of what our father went through during the war. So your this very time is, and we can't thank you for giving us to be amongst us. You are a blessing to us. If we stop what we are, our children would have a place to go back to, and the ones we have in abroad, we will not have a taking over Borno, Niger, every day by day. So, north and in the middle belt. How much more if there was no ESN in Biafra land? This is why you need to give, and most importantly, the Prime Minister, who made himself the vessel of honor to be useful, because without him, all your communities, all your villages, 100 times more than what. Because you don't have elders in your land. Even in the north, the elders of the north are the people in the control of power of one Nigeria, yet in the hands of the terrorists. How much can speak for us? So without this very youth of this day standing on the ambers of Malisa Moneta, what situation to speak of? So the connectivity between the massacre that is ongoing in the ESN, because without ESN, all of you would have been, nobody would have remembered you again, neither your generation. So, and for that flag to keep on, please be part and parcel of the fundraising. Not only when we have make use of 247 hours, because every logistics that is carried out, everything that at times Simon Ekpa that you see here, the Prime Minister, Adam Azuka that you see here, Umuada here, and the rest of you are just seeing some of our faces recently now that Some people are just saying, I don't know them now. Now, most of what have use their money to make sure this don't know about it. So this should not be like the time of producing resources to fund 90% of what we did. We want you to know and to also take part of. We don't want it to be like South Korea and North Korea and Kuwait and other places who were later treated as strangers in the parcel of what we are doing, so that we will have a fat share when the time comes. Freedom is our cause. Airborne, we move. Thank you, Dragon.
Thank you. Thank you. Gaddafi, man, Gaddafi. Don't tell people.
Thank you.
Oh, boy.
Amen. Thank you. I salute your courage. All of you that are endured to this time, continue, because it's not easy. The courage of all, each and every one of us, because this is a race. I salute you all. I salute the Prime Minister. We have grown matured. We are now feeling on the ball. Us, as we are now responding to nobody. I also salute in exile. I salute. This has shown that we are making progress. I salute your courage, because we are seeing the evidence. I salute the Biafran people who, regardless of the blackmail on the social media, and standing with us shoulder to shoulder, they are the people that are interested to get rid of Biafra, which we promise the Biafran people. We are not rough the road may be, no matter how slippery the road may be, no matter how difficult. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be. We sleep in Nigeria and wake up in Noah. People said that they have never fought before. People mock the ship, the ark you are building, you are wasting. But when the rain came, and God made a name for him, preserved. So for this same vein, Biafra, sure. It's only the blind people is the one that are grieved, the one that think with the venoms in borders we cross. This thing will be easy for once. But to those that are determined, the Bible said, the healing in his wings. And the healing that is going to rise from there. And our freedom is sure. Oh, madam. Because you that have been conceiving this Biafran struggle, you are struggle. I salute you. Most special, I salute you. Our Prime Minister, Mazis, I thank you for your job. You are doing it the way you can do it. May God give you more wisdom, more strength to keeping on. I thank you to come to here in South Korea where we are. People live as a stranger in their land. They live with a visa, but they are still When they face a time like this, they were not there to be found. Some of them ran to Russia, visa in their own land. To us. Please come out and match what the enemies are saying. Remember, anything you are doing without opposition, and the fact we have the opposition is telling us that we are doing. Thank you all for those of us that are keeping on. And I ask the grace to thank you all. I salute you. Biafra
Madam Rose, may God bless you. Madam Ariwa, Chichi, our Prime Minister. What God doesn't know doesn't exist. It is not a surprise what is happening, especially for us, the children of God. We thank you, media team, thank you all Biafrans, because God is leading us according to his own direction. God knows when Israel are suffering in Egypt. He rose Moses, and from there, Joshua joined him, and he liberated Israel. It is not a surprise that Mazen Namdekano come and he bring our Prime Minister to join him. Biafrans, the step and the manuscript to restore Biafra has been written down long time ago. It is like a wardrobe. If you make a mistake, you try to fix it back again. That is it. And now we have gotten it right. Our Prime Minister, we congratulate you. All Biafrans worldwide congratulate you. Umuada, Chukwukabiama, we always guide and protect you people because you are the mother of the earth. Thank you, all of us of freedom. As we move forward, Ohaneze ndị Igbo, they are going to fall in shame and they are going to die in shame. The blood of innocent Biafrans that have died will visit Obasanjo. It will visit Obasanjo, and Obasanjo will come and confess. It will happen in front of all of them before they will go to their grave. Father, Chukwukika Abiam, we thank you for the great day today. Thank you, Weje Job. Thank you, our Prime Minister. Thank you, all Omada and all of us of freedom. Thank you.
Thank you, 5-5 Vision. And I want to call on Pastor Bam. You're raising your hand. We told you before, but we don't know what happened. So if you're listening, if you're hearing me, please can you turn on your video and at the same time, speak to Biafran people.
I can't turn on my video. I don't know.
I asked you to turn on your video.
Okay. I greet you all. It's been a very busy season for us, and I want us to know that the finger of God is upon what we are doing, and I wonder where we will be now without people like Madam Azoka. You have been a force behind what we are doing, and God bear us witness that you will never lose your reward. And all these other our mothers that are backing you up and supporting you, Pastor Rose, our own Shine, and the beautiful woman, Mommy Arewa. I don't know what else to say, but heaven will be on record. But, in such a time like this, we had wonderful women that stood on the line like Deborah. When some men were disappeared from the stage, we had women that did gallantly, and this will be written in the annals of the books of Biafra, that Biafra came to pass when the women came on board. And fellow Biafrans, when these our mothers call you to come, please do not hesitate. On Saturday, let us make it a mega fundraising, because that's the only reason why they are here, to encourage you that, look, we need all that is available for us to get all the ROPGs or the PGGs, whatever that is needed to stop the zoo. We need it now. We need it now to encourage our Prime Minister so that he will be able to marshal our men and on the front line to make sure that the results are delivered. And by the grace of Chukwukabiama, Mazen Namdekano, as he comes out, because like I told them on my broadcast, I told them that today marks it 657 days that they've been holding an innocent man. They should not allow it to get to 666.
When he get to, before he get to that 666 days, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be let go. Because if they don't allow him to go, they are heaping up more misery upon the zoo. People like Obasanjo, you know, Okirishe will be used as a trophy to all these enemies of Biafra. Because I'm telling you the truth, we are going to win this battle. There's nothing that will stop us. Victory is guaranteed for us. And when Umuada is on board, hey, good yo. You know, something great is about to happen. Thank you.
Yes, so
much. Thank you so much, Job. We are grateful that we have you. And
thank you.
God bless you all.
Thank you so much. And Biafra Babylon Crime TV, please, can you speak to our people? Thank you.
My people, God bless you all. Thank you for this new development of the day. Actually, I'm so excited to be here today because I count it as a day which the Chukwuka have met, and they did rejoice and be glad in it. First of all, thank you, Madam Anzoka, Job. You know, our people said behind every successful man there is a woman. You know, whenever I see you, I remember that adage. And I want to thank Umuada in general, Sister Caroline, and Sister Pastor Rose Allen, Mama Josephine Arowa, Sister Shishi, and Co. And again, who again would like to, if not our Prime Minister, I said congratulations. May Chukwuka continue to bless you, to keep you, give you good health, good energy you are devoting on this thing. It's so fireful. When I see your energy, you know, under pressure, I so much admire it. And I say, may Chukwuka continue to increase you and multiply the kind of wisdom that is given to Solomon unto you. Even let the wisdom that will rest upon you surpass the one of Solomon. Because when people always give scenario of someone who has wisdom on earth, they say Solomon, but the one you have, you know, ask Chukwuka to give you, I don't think it can be found anywhere. You have, you know, just overtaking them, and no matter all the bullets coming from here and here and attack, you keep on moving. So, it's so encouraging that you, up till now, that you have not been distracted. It means that you have a mission, you have been ordained for this mission. And congratulations for everything you are doing. The development of creating the Biafra government in every time, that one is amazing. And appointing the main staff body who are piloting this thing, who are behind you, who are supporting you. I congratulate everybody honestly. So Biafrans all over the world, wherever you are watching us now, know that the gospel has passed to us through our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. From the beginning, he said, Biafra is our religion, and here in Biafra is where we worship. Forget about any Ohanes and Biafran who came out to serve Janjaweed, the Fulani, who always go to Asoro. And we know that one of the broadcasts our leader broadcast one time ago, he said, woe unto them who go to Abuja to seek for this benefit. I think he read that from Jeremiah. And what we have to say now is that what we have at hand now, we have to engage in economic power. The economic power we're going to engage in this contribution we are making, the ESM fundraising, and all that is very, very important. But our people said, so we have to engage in fundraising, which is our financial power. So when the enemy are buying Facebook, buying Google, buying all the social media, buying even UN and all that. So what we need is collective efforts to defeat these demons. Because there are more than demon even, because as it is, the demon is flying up and down, going about looking for who will devour. knowing fully well that the same demon has defeated our brethren who are in the world. The people who are in the world are the people who go to the Aso Rock to collect benefit. When they collect, they came back and said, oh, look, we have to be careful. There's nothing like Biafra. Just look at where Obasanjo came to say in Biafra land after slaughtering millions of Biafrans and arresting the Biafra generals and hand them over to Gowon. The reason why God kept Gowon and Obasanjo alive is for one reason, for them to use their eyes to see the actualization of Biafra, which I know they will be alive by Chukwu Kikabiam, so that they will see it and they will be dismayed, be ashamed, be clothed with multitude of dismay. That's all we have to say now. So ESM fundraising is coming. You have to evangelize it. You have to push it so that whoever wants to hear it will hear it, and we'll come together to do this bidding. I thank you all again. I observe all protocols. May Chukwu Kikabiam bless us in the morning, bless us in the afternoon, bless us in the evening. He said.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And our Prime Minister.
Please greet Adolo for us. She has blessed us with the mighty speakers.
I don't know how to Kunama. Thank you so much for being with us. Yeah. And our Prime Minister, on behalf of Umada, please, we want to see your face because we want to make a proclamation here. Our Prime Minister, are you there? Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
The dragon himself.
Thank you.
And he has graduated to the Prime Minister of Biafran Republic government in exile. On behalf of Umada of Biafra and Martin Nandekano being the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, we are congratulating you for all you've been doing. You were overwhelmingly voted that day. I was the witness. So there is nothing any man can do about it. So what I am telling you this afternoon on behalf of Umada Biafra, anybody that is seeking your head will go down before you. Anybody that will place bounty on your head, and all the name of Biafra will hold the person down until Biafra comes. On behalf of Umada of Biafra, anybody that will raise any arrow against you will throw it on their first and second and third and fourth generation. In Jesus' name. And on behalf of Umada of Biafra, we are telling you that we are so proud of you and we know what you're doing and you're breathing, the food you're eating, everything that you do, tailoring towards getting Biafra. Therefore, on behalf of 9 months that every mother here has carried their baby, we are telling you that this baby that we born and this baby that we carried up to 9 months is you, Simon Ekpa. Yes. Is with you. Will go with you. Will want you. Will in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening.
Amen.
In our we are speaking. We are using our voice in our children's ways. We are telling you, no man, not even a man that has not been contested from achieving Biafra. And anybody, a politician, body disputed will strip you to hold you to stage or to do anything that will go contrary to what Chukwu has seen you to do. We are coming against that person. That's Chukwu Let the person for generation. See, the wiped out on this planet Earth. The strength we are giving and we're telling you to move with it. Nobody that is you will be Biafra. Anybody that will rise against you, we never see Biafra. And Biafra we must restore.
He said, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're with you 100% until Biafra comes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, mother. Thank you, mother.
Thank you.
Thank you. I thank you all. Yes. We will be doing them. You know, it's a good. It's a good. I gonna agwa that na nke meru joy emekwozo because they are going to write it.
Yes.
They are going to report it.
Yes.
Whether it is negative, it will be for our own good.
Yes.
Whether it is positive, it will be for our own good.
Yes.
Our mistake will turn around to favor us.
Yes.
Everything we do, whether it is right or wrong, it will work for our good. Until Biafra is restored this year.
Yes.
We told them that now, where we are now is that it is no longer just on ground. We have taken it to international level, to the highest level.
Yes. Yes.
I cannot appear zoo. Woto. The European Union will be hearing it. America will be hearing it. What we are fighting is the future of this world. As we are fighting for Biafra, we are fighting for the future of Europe. As we are fighting for Biafra, we are fighting for the future of America. Everybody should understand that if we allow Nigeria to continue to be a country, you wake up one day and your relatives, your siblings that will be traveling from Frankfurt to Holland, the plane will be hijacked or bombed by terrorists that will be sponsored from people in Nigeria. And that is why when we are fighting this thing, they thought and they are thinking that we are just fighting for ourselves. The fight for Biafra is a fight for others. And this is a research that has been conducted and confirmed by the American Intelligence Agency. The Taliban of Nigeria, called Boko Haram, is looking for a safe haven. Once they capture Nigeria, they make Nigeria a safe haven. From there, they will sponsor terrorist attack in different parts of the world. This is something that is going to happen. Only Biafra will stop it. So those who will be thinking that we are fighting for Biafra and they will sit somewhere in their offices and say, no, continue to stay there. I believe that by now, after this election, their eyes must have opened. Because the same way I am shouting now was the same way I was shouting before the election. And the election come and everybody have seen it. And again, we are vindicated. The same way I am shouting now. The only difference is that the time will never come that we are going to say, oh, we are vindicated, because we are living. With or without their support, we are going to fight our way out this year. And the game has started. The awareness we are creating now is that it is step by step, and the template we are following, we are getting the results that we require. Now the government in Israel have been activated. We are going to be making noise how we are making it, and at the same time making sure we build alliances, agreements with nations, organizations, those who care to listen. And as we are doing that, the Biafra Liberation Army will be on the offensive in the name of self-defense, fighting against those coming to kill our people. And when information will be going out, those people that matters will them. Forget all those ones that they say, okay, we have been writing for many years. We will continue to write even the last day Biafra will be in Nigeria. Because our activities from now going forward will be ringing bell. And it will ring bell and it will ring the bell when the thing goes to their desk and to their different offices and their table. So we know what we are doing. Just the support is what is needed. It is the right time to bring that support, because it has never been this possible ever in Biafra struggle. And we are going to move the mountain that has never been moved before. And that is why people should understand that when God is ready to liberate his people, every impossibility becomes possible. And with ease. That is what is happening now. So I only pity those who have been in this struggle for many years, only to come now and use envy and jealous and derail. I pity them, because after all this suffering for many years, it comes to this point, they are not part of it. It is really heartbreaking. But those who find themselves still in the struggle should make everything possible to protect it, because the way you are now, you don't know until 2 years' time. You are going to know that you have done the best thing to your lineage and to your family, is to be part of the struggle. Hang on, that you fight, and write your name among those who fight to liberate Biafra. Biafra is going to be one of the best countries in the world. We're already laying the foundation. The foundation, the plan, the blueprint of Biafra economic development, the blueprint of Biafra innovation, how the economy of Biafra will be developed, how we are going to build the economy, build our cities, have our green energy. We already have the plans and the proposal. And we are going to start dishing it out to the public for everybody to know that we're not hiding it. If you like, copy. But we want to show you that we're not just doing this thing because we don't know what we're doing. We're ready to build our nation, and we are qualified to compete among nations in the next 5 years. So what we are doing is that we are going to be presenting to the public all the strategic plan, step by step, and the next 10 years, what we plan to do in Biafra land. It will be public. It will be the government website. Our map will be out in a few days' time. For those asking, what is your map, what is your map? I believe if you have an issue, come and dispute the map when it is going to be released. And let us tell you that your people that speak for you have accepted to be part of Biafra. And of course, it is not a must. When the referendum comes, everybody is going to vote. And we are looking up to that, because with the latest development from the United Nations, the comment, it's left for us now to put pressure on them to understand that that comment that came from them cannot just be wiped under the carpet. There must be a solution to it. We must discuss it. We must talk about it until we find a solution to the ethnic, religious, and demographic fault lines that the election have revealed to the United Nations. Very, very important. Thank you all.
Prime Minister, thank you so much. And our Prime Minister, please, I want to announce this. From next week, Wednesday, Umada will have your own YouTube link, okay? And we're going to share it to YouTube channel, sorry. And we're going to share the link to the media team so that they can circulate it, okay? On Wednesday, that will be the first day we're going to launch it. And welcome each and every one of you to come there and then join us and on our interactive session. That will happen, okay? Live. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
You know your name is Ekpa. Yes. What is inside this Ekpa is Biafra. When you get to the destination, you will open.
That's it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah.
Whoever
like this, John.
Yes. Yes.
So,
all right. Thank you very much, everyone. And may God bless you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.